Alright, we're here to take a bit of a closer look at Garagrim Ironfist. I looked him up. Turns out he's Ungrim's son. You can see here we've got Ungrim and Garagrim in the same army. So Garagrim is given to you. You're given a quest whenever you are the Dwarfs. If you get 8 Slayer units in an army, you get 8 Slayer units in an army, then you get Garagrim. He will appear at your legendary lord. Now this is very easy to do as Ungrim because you start with a Slayer building and you're going to build Slayers. They're going to be the meat and potatoes of your army. It's a little more difficult to do it as any of the other lords. You have to sidetrack yourself to build a Slayer building, or you can get these Slayers through the Age of Reckoning armies. You can recruit the Grudge Bearers, whatever the heck they are. So let's take a look at his skill tree. He's got the traditional stuff. Most of these for he's a Slayer hero. I always go with replenished troops early on. You can see here you get a 369%. And then you're going to want to go through his tree here. This stuff here is all given to him automatically. So death blow, if we could read it please, death blow here, base weapon damage and armor piercing damage if he's less than 20%, so that's 20 and 20. This one here, 30, 30, and then 10 melee attack. And then this one here, 50, 50, 10, and physical resistance. When he's less than 25%. So, the closer they get to death, the more of this you get. The idea being that the Slayers want to die in combat. He has a traditional line of combat here. This is the one I always forget. I always see this symbol. I see hard to hit. I go for melee defense here. This one here is actually physical resistance, which I think is probably more useful. But I usually get the both of those as we go along. And then head for Blade Shield and Deadly Onslaught. You can see here his melee attack is 82, 92 melee defense. He's applying Dazed and he's got magical attacks. We'll see that in just a second. So the Slayer skills that he gets, he's going to get the Slayer Oath that reduces cost for Slayer buildings in his province. So if you arrive there and you want to put up a Slayer building, he's going to help with that, recruit those Slayers, and then give speed to infantry in the army. The Slayers in this particular unit, this particular army, have 60 speed currently. You're going to get Worthy Foe. All the Slayers can get this one. So when there's a terror-causing unit in range, he gets this. Now, I'm not sure if that includes himself once he has this. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. Then this one here, it doesn't say enemy, right? It just says terror-causing unit. This one here, upkeep for Slayers, Giant Slayers, great, reduces the cost. This one here, weapon strength for Slayers, Mourner. That's this one here, magical attacks, base weapon and damage. So that's where he's getting this magical attack from. More hit points and more melee defense for him. And then finally here, armor piercing weapon damage. And then the Slayer of Legend passive, increase intensity with each kill made by the unit. So he can increase his combat stats while he's in a fight. So if we just look here, missile resistance for him, and then speed and strider for him, and then here weapon strength for him. If you look up Slayer, you can see that Slayer, all this stuff will benefit him or Slayer units that he's with. He does come with Axis of Kadrin, I believe that's his. He comes with this. Base weapon damage, armor piercing weapon damage bonus versus infantry, melee attack, armor piercing weapon damage. I've given him, you can see here, melee defense and a ward save. I should give him something else as well. But you can see Wards of Grimnir. Alright, Axis of Kadrin, Hurricane of Death, that's the Vortex ability. He's got a lot of good abilities. He can wade right in. you know, they don't come with a lot of armor. He has armor because I have some benefits coming to him from elsewhere in the game. 53 is really pretty darn fast. Slayers, you don't consider them traditional dwarf infantry, right? But Ungrim does give infantry speed to his faction. So currently we can see him with fire resistance, missile resistance, physical resistance of 10, ward save of 10. He is a slayer, so weapon strength is never reduced. He is unbreakable. He's immune to psychology. He's got the hide in the forest, of course. Strider, to move over any terrain with no issue. He encourages nearby units. That's the one that builds his strength as you go along. Slayer of Legend. Is that the... Okay, that's just the base effect range to all allies. And then this is the one that increases his skill, his weapon combat ability as he kills things. Worthy Foe. If there's a terror-causing unit, I have given him the Iron Warden Tankard so he can regenerate. That's the death blow from his skill tree, the determined death blow from his skill tree. And then Foe Seeker and Deadly Onslaught from his tree. And then here, melee attack, 4 Slayer units in the army, and the Hurricane of Death. That's the Vortex ability that he gets. Has a 120-second cooldown, so he can keep using it. So basically, it's just like a little vortex that he can cast, probably 2 times per battle if you've got a 2-minute cooldown on it. And as far as I can tell, there's no way to cool that down. He's absolutely tremendous to use with your Slayer armies if you're Ungrim. He's a little bit difficult to reconcile if you're not playing as Ungrim, because of the difficulty in getting Slayers early in the game. But if you enjoy him, he's definitely something that you would want to go for. I'd say he's a 2nd or 3rd tier legendary hero, nowhere near as good as something like Ariel or Coadil or Lord Croak, mostly because spells are much more powerful in this game than melee is. But he's definitely worth getting if you like the Slayer lifestyle, and if you have a bunch of Slayers available, you're going to use him, and he's definitely good to put into a fight.